Hey everybody, I hope we are having a good Sunday afternoon. I hope you enjoyed your week so far. I guess some people start their week on Sundays, some people started on Monday. So wherever you're at, I hope that your week is going well so far. Before we get into the video, if anybody cares, if you're a sports fan, the Saints lost this morning. Boo. But the Chargers are killing it right now against the Broncos. So there is that. The Dodgers are moving forward. And also the Ducks beat the Sharks last night. So all in all, it's a pretty good. I mean, the Saints aren't a California team, but they're my team. So we're gonna talk about that. I hope that you're all enjoying like the Nickel Boys so far. It seems like you are. It seems like everybody is grasping the concepts of what's going on and why this book is important. I I wanted to make this video to kind of talk about our literary analysis. Everybody should have their first rhetorical analysis essay graded and returned back to them. Please, 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 please go over my comments. I spend a lot of time on your first essay because I want to like set a precedence of what is expected in academic writing. So one of the big things that I do want to talk about that was on nearly everybody's essay was like proper citations, works cited pages, how to cite. So I'm actually going to, sorry, my cat is going to join us for a while. See, these are things you don't get when you're in class, right? So I'm actually going to be setting up a document and I'll post it in our files, or maybe I'll post it under announcements, but essentially I'll show you like what the proper format is for citing your work. So we'll definitely go over that. Another thing is I want to distinguish between summary and analysis. So summary is where the writer tells the reader a lot of what happened in the essay, the story, the novel, whatever it is that you're writing about. So when we're writing our next essay, I want you to think about your reader has read The Nickel Boys, and let's just say they have not read it as closely or as recently as you have. So a bit of summary is okay when we're talking about things, but I don't really need to know about the entire book and what Colson Whitehead was writing. I need to know what your thoughts and findings are on this, okay? And I say findings because I wanted to reiterate, I believe it's 6, I should probably pull it up, but I believe that we have 6 mandatory sources for this essay coming up. Do not use lit charts, do not use spark notes, do not use any of these. So when we're talking about, I want you to be looking at scholarly articles. I mean, even if you're looking at like the New York Times, LA Times, these are all fine. But when we're looking at things that are meant to give us like very basic ideas, such as Spark Notes, Lit Charts, whatever those other sites are, um, those are not scholarly, they're not academic in the aspect of like how we're using them for writing essays. So if you're going to look at articles, definitely newspapers are fine, journals are good, book reviews are fine. If you have any questions about wanting to use a specific source, by all means, send me an email. Ask me to have a Zoom with you. I am available and I'll let you know, like, yeah, we can totally move forward with that, or that's not really a good choice for what you're looking at. Also, if you decide on what you are going to be writing your analysis on, because remember, this one is up to you. I mean, it's the Nickel Boys. We're writing it on the Nickel Boys, but the theme of your analysis is up to you. So if you decide what you're writing it on and you want to run that by me, I can probably help point you in the right direction as far as where to look for different types of sources that would help build your topic up. So don't go too deep into summary, focus more on the analysis of, if you provide a quote, you're going to make a little commentary about that quote, but really you're providing that quote so that you can like extrapolate what's in it, what's really happening, why is this important to you. I wanted to go over potential themes. I've had a couple of students ask what that is, what that means. And so I kind of went through and I just found ideas that might interest some of you, just kind of based off of your discussion questions and good themes from the book. So one would be like unity, support, and hope, history, secrecy, and racism within the book, civil rights, dignity, and sacrifice. And those are all kind of tied together, right? But trauma and repression, that's huge. Power and upward mobility. So we've talked a lot about why this has happened to Elwood, where he was going, and how this has really changed the trajectory of his life. So something to think about. I think I already mentioned racism, rebellion, violence. These are all like very good starting points. Something that like a more broad type of idea that you could do for the research aspect of this is like if you wanted to talk about America's treatment of Black people. So I have here like we could talk about America's treatment of Black people. Sorry, my dog. From chattel slavery to the contemporary prison industrial complex, because if we're thinking about how this makes a more contemporary comment on society, we are talking about juvenile penitentiary, essentially. Like they say it's a school, but once we have thought about it, it's a way of being incarcerated, right? So these are just things to think about. But if you are finding a theme, a pattern, something that you want to look deeper into, I'm totally open. If you want to run it by me, if you feel confident not, I'm okay. I would kind of suggest that you do run it by me, just not necessarily to get an approval. I'm not here to do that. But if I can point you in the right direction of some different types of articles to look at, then I can absolutely do that. All right, so I hope you all enjoy your week. And as always, feel free to reach out if you have any questions or concerns.